Now we're back with part two, advice for first generation college graduates. Your favorite adjunct professor. Now let me kind of give you some context. These are some perspectives that I got from my younger cousin who's 10 years younger, more recent college graduate. So this is like a fresh set of eyes. So basically I want to reach out to somebody who's kind of been going through this, being a first generation college graduate and has been hitting this more recently. So the first thing he said was networking. Networking is key. You want to get around the right people that are going to introduce you to the right opportunities, or even on a simpler level, you want to be able to bounce ideas off somebody, right? So one that you can do, because not everyone has access to the golf course where, the big deals are made. Sometimes we got to go with what we have and we got to go online, right? If you got a smartphone, you can get the app School, website School, School, right? That's basically an app for community building. There's different types of industries, different types of groups you can join. Some are free, some charge per month. You might join a group of software engineers, or you might join aspiring online web marketing development, right? So basically whatever you're doing, I'm just kind of throwing these out there. Whatever you want to do, you can join these groups, and it's kind of like a free community message board, and you can actually build some type of community. You can actually show people what you're working on. You can ask questions. You can communicate. So you're going to start to see a lot more influencers shift to that. People that are specializing in something are building their own communities there. So the networking piece, definitely can go online and start with like School, or you can go on an app like Meetup, and you can meet up with individuals that are in the industry that you're looking to connect with, right? Now the other thing is treat yourself like a business was the second piece of advice. What I would say with that is everyone's a brand. If you have social media, you're a brand. Now what you can do is you want to take your brand from, the personal brand to more a premium. You want to showcase your work or whatever you're building on an Instagram. It might not be your personal one. It might be just a side Instagram for, the web design you've been doing, or the internet marketing, digital marketing you've been doing. However, you want to have something that kind of gives you the aspiration to show to people. So instead of passing out a business card, you can show somebody what you're doing. You never know who you're going to run into. You can run into anybody that can give you a life-changing opportunity. You just got to be hungry for it, right? Now, the other thing he had mentioned, and I don't want to cut that off, was a lot of corporations looking for young talent. Now, a lot of the time, you do have corporations that look for, we want to get the maximum amount of timeline out of somebody. However, in today's market, I want to say the average long term at a career is usually like 4 to 5 years, right? People are bouncing around. So here's how I would say looking at things from a younger lens. If you're transitioning like in your 40s, 50s, 60s, you're still bringing young energy. You're going into a new industry and you're having a fresh set of eyes. So you want to showcase that when you're having conversation. Now, for my younger college graduates, the one thing that you want to do is you want to kind of like explain that you're looking for longevity, right? You want to be an outlier. So that definitely keeps things like young. I would say young is a state of mind. However, every resume is different, so I can't give too much specific advice on that, but just some perspective. And lastly, don't listen to haters. You got to stay motivated. One thing that's happened, a lot of my younger people, I hear a lot of people my age or older, people that didn't go to college, and they just kind of hate on it. You're not going to make any money with that. There's no point in you going for that. You might as well go and do this, go work this, right? That's kind of like if you have too many chefs in the kitchen, the recipe's bad, right? You want to stay motivated, stay on your own lane. If you went to school for something, you want to deep dive and do as much research into that, and you want to reverse engineer how you want your life to go. You want to look at where you want to end up, and you want to start working that way, right? If I wanted to end up, this top CEO position, I might look into what the top CEOs did. I might look into how they changed businesses, what educational paths they took. The last thing I'm going to do is get advice or perspective from someone who's not at that point, right? I don't want the advice or the perspective from someone who's not achieving that goal. I want it from someone that, is working on that path where that understands it. So that's a little bit of the advice. Part two on this one, I want to kind of keep building on what I'm going